Mind-blowing moments on parking wars.
I went across the street, I come back, and now you're taking my car. Yeah, but I went in there.
That means you're illegally parked. You can't leave your car in Blockbuster and leave your car in the parking lot.
All I did was stop, get out, ask my mailman one question. He said, hold on.
The agent, right? You and this builder are a bunch of We all have little kids here. I have 4 kids under 6. Why are you yelling at me? I have nothing to do with it. Because you're the bitch that came out and pulled all the women in. He's a making that probably $10 an hour.
Picture this. You parked your car at a Blockbuster store to make a quick pit stop at a barber shop only a few blocks away, only to return and find your car hooked to a towing truck across the road. Mind you, you've got to pick up your daughter from school in a couple of minutes. Oh, it's gonna be a not so pleasant afternoon for you for sure. This is the story of a mother named Kristen, who claims she wasn't gone long enough to have her car towed. It's definitely going to be a feisty one. Whew.
Whenever we tow a car, we always check inside with the store manager, make sure the customers are not inside before we tow the vehicle.
When Kristen got back, she quickly raced to meet the tow truck drivers. Kristen approached the towing truck drivers and did what you and I would have done to avoid paying a fine. Lie! But what Kristen didn't know was that these guys already checked her in the store before towing her car.
I went across the street, I come back, and now you're taking my car.
Ma'am, no, you weren't.
I was in Blockbuster.
I went inside the store. You weren't inside Blockbuster.
I wasn't in there when you were in there, but I went in there.
That means you're illegally parked. It's $136.
What are you saying?
It's $136.09 for me to put the car down.
Now, she's busted and has to pay a fine of a whopping sum of $136 before things get a lot worse. A fine of $136 and a daughter waiting to be picked up from school? Time to make a choice. Enter Plan B. But this mother isn't prepared to fight, and fight she did. She went up into the car and sat there because she knew the towing guy wouldn't move her with the car. Little did she know, a surprise was waiting.
You have to step out the car, ma'am.
No. All the cops for me to get out of my own car?
Yeah, you can't ride in the car while I'm towing it.
My car.
Because it's impounded. All right, I'm just letting you know, I'm charging you a $25 fee for every 15 minutes I stand here until PD gets here, all right?
The guy had a superpower. He could call the cops to make her leave the car while he charged her $25 for every 15 minutes he waited. It was a move she never expected. But the trouble didn't stop there. If the car got towed to the yard, she'd have to pay a lot to get it back. Plus, there was a ton of annoying paperwork to deal with. On top of that, she had to figure out how to pick up her daughter from school. Caught up in this mess, time ticking away, she found herself in a tough spot. It was turning into a real headache, with no easy solution in sight. Well, after weighing up her options, she realized it was best to fix her attitude and revert to Plan A. After all, he was only doing his job. But there's another bottleneck. The towing guy doesn't have the means to accept card payments, so he had to call up a colleague to save the day. And up steps our knight in shining tow truck. Rob, John's employee, arrives with a credit card swiper. Finally, she gets to pay the fine and pick up her daughter, who must have been worried since then.
You're free to go, honey. She parked right in front of the sign that said for customers only, so she could only be mad at herself.
Next up, we've got another mother going to pick up her kids from school. Little did she know that her afternoon was about to get tense, and it wouldn't be about her kids.
Came out, saw, and then 10 minutes later someone came.
It has nothing to do with her.
No. That's what it is. No, there's other people.
The towing company got a call from the realtor about a car parked illegally on a private property. Not only was it parked on private property, but it was also parked in a fire zone and blocking the sidewalk and the entryway. Get your popcorn for this one.
My client, they just called the office and people are parking in a private development. The residents come home and they have nowhere to park. It's private property. You never know what's gonna happen. You park illegally, you get towed. No one's supposed to be parked here. One is a fire zone, and two, she's blocking the sidewalk and the entryway. So now cars can't even make the turn to get in because they're blocking everything. It's not your car, right?
No, I'm the realtor. Maybe a cop car. Excuse me.
The towing guy writing a hefty ticket, the realtor, and a mother of 4 kids. The stage is set for a fiery exchange on a hot summer afternoon. The mother comes charging down from across the road, bellowing words like a raging bull going after the matador. Too bad the towing guy came in a red truck. He's not going to get off this one easy.
Your license, registration?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry. My life is not easy. There's 4 people here now by themselves because I was racing to get my car. You're the agent, right? You and this builder are a bunch of we all have little kids here. I have 4 kids under 6. Why are you yelling at me? I have nothing to do. Because you're the bitch that came out and pulled all the women in.
After the mother of 4 got her license and registration, she spotted the realtor from the corner of her eye and immediately surmised that she'd call the towing company on her. And boy, does she rip into her. At this point, the towing guy is lost and must wonder why someone else was taking the fall.
She's thinking that because she's standing there, she called the towing company. No, which it's not like that.
The realtor continued to plead her innocence, but the mother was having none of it. She knew she was screwed and only needed someone to go down that road with her. By the time she heard how much it would cost to get her car unhooked and her 4 kids home, something no one saw coming happened.
It's $136 to drop it.
Well, I'm sorry?
It's $136 to drop it, or I gotta go to the precinct and bring it back to the yard.
$136 cash. Have this right now. I'm sorry, but I came here to get my kids.
You're probably gonna get mad at what I'm gonna say.
Ridiculous.
You should go a little earlier to pick them up. This way you don't gotta park here.
Every day I sit here for an hour because I have kids.
You can grab your kids. I'll wait for you. I'm not gonna go nowhere.
Returning with her kids in tow, she hands the fine to the towing guy like someone who's had a demon exorcised out of her. Who would have thought that the seemingly irksome woman would pay the fine so casually? Who would have predicted such compliance from someone who usually radiates defiance? It's a testament to the transformative power of parenthood. Remarkable how the presence of her kids can reshape her demeanor.
I'm sorry I blew up at you. I'm sorry I didn't know how to get your attention. I started banging on the window.
In a surprising turn, she even extends an apology to the realtor. The atmosphere shifts and everyone continues their day, seemingly untouched by the earlier tension. In the end, it's a curious blend of wit and wisdom. Perhaps in the grand scheme of things, ensuring her kid's safe return home trumped the urge to create a commotion over a misstep she was guilty of anyway. A lesson in priorities served with a side of unexpected grace. If you thought people always took their car being hooked to a towing van lightly, you thought wrong. This next story is about a lady who went full Rambo on the towing guy. Guess what? It wasn't her first time either. Let's watch how it unravels.
You see this car right here? This is the girl that spit at me last time and threw the bike at the truck.
Can I please have my car?
I hooked up already. If you want to pay for it to be released now, you can do that. That's fine.
All right, let me get the money. He's taking me with my car. I'm not getting out without my car. He's taking me with my car.
Immediately, she walked up to his truck and recognized him from their previous encounter. She appeared calm and retreated to get her purse to pay for her car to be released immediately. But did she? Rather than just snagging her purse, she strides in, lugging her entire bag, ready to play a game of towing roulette, car and all. Now everyone knows you're not meant to ride in your car while it's hitched for a tow. The impending drama promises to be quite the spectacle. And here's the twist. They're not strangers. Oh no, they go way back to the time he towed her before and things got spicy. She retaliated by unleashing a well-aimed spit in his direction. Brace yourselves, folks, because it looks like round 2 is about to kick off. It's a showdown, a clash of wills, and you won't want to miss this encore performance.
I paid Ray. I just paid my rent the other week.
Listen.
I know what you're going to say. It's supposed to be a sticker.
You gotta get that sticker.
I don't give a about no sticker.
In her mind, she's convinced the guy remembers her from their last showdown, and now he's on a mission for payback. All she could think was, this can't be happening. She's grappling with the injustice of being towed from the very spot she pays good rent to occupy right in front of her own house.
Read the sign. It says from 8 to 5 for visitors.
But you're not a visitor.
Exactly, but I'm still here from 8 o'clock in the morning. You ain't supposed to tell me.
But you're not a visitor. You're a resident.
Enter the neighbor, the voice of reason, attempting to douse the flames of her rising fury. But alas, he unwittingly steps into the line of fire, catching a piece of her frustration.
Told me I haven't seen y'all in God's no when, so it's
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's a neighborhood drama unfolding, with revenge on the horizon and tempers flaring like a sitcom on the brink of chaos. But she was oblivious to the fact that only visitors were allowed to park at that time of the day. Also, she doesn't have a parking permit sticker. The cards were definitely stacked against her. Then, she was about to pull a trick of her own. Maybe call in a few favors.
I'm calling my landlord right now. Hi, Jack. This is Night Dreamer. Your tow truck is towing my car. Call me back soon as possible because I'm not getting out my car until you release my car.
She calls her landlord, telling him to explain why the towing company can't take her car. Bad news, her landlord wasn't on the phone. But the towing guy was in the mood to give her the "since you're here" coupon so she could pay $68 instead of $136.
There's a good thing about this situation. If I would have took the car without you coming out, it would have been $136. It's $68 because we're still here.
Right now, sit here until I come back with my go look at my stash.
Alas, they found an unlikely common ground. She reluctantly accepted the fine, but here's the kicker. It's not just hitting her pocket. The property manager is about to feel the sting too. Jack, the property manager, was not scoring 2 months' rent this time.
Jack, they got my car on the tow truck right now.
That's Jack on the phone?
Can you please tell this man to take my car off this tow truck? If he don't take my car off this tow truck, I'm telling y'all now, he ain't getting no rent for 2 months.
The plot thickens and the suspense is building. It's a comedic crisis of fines and frantic phone calls. Hold on to your hats, folks.
Hello? Okay, so guess what now? $68 is coming out my rent, so call my mother, you got her number, and she gonna let you know. Here, and I want a receipt.
But strong, brave, dramatic people have tipping points too. Something shocking happened. Her mom calls her, and as she explains to her mom why it's tough to pay the fine, she shows her more vulnerable side. Miraculously, the towing guy doesn't add fuel to the fire.
Listen, don't cry. I'm gonna let you down. It's $68. You're good. I just want you to understand that I'm doing my job. Listen, you don't got 68? I don't got change for you.
The neighbors, sensing the impending drama, jump into action, pooling together every ounce of spare change they can find. A collective sigh of relief fills the air, and suddenly, what could have been a catalyst for World War III, maybe a slight exaggeration, becomes the punchline to a neighborhood comedy. Laughter echoes, and tensions dissipate.
Have my car!
You ready? I'm gonna put her down.
Thank you, sweetie.
Hey, this place is full of lively people.
That's it. You paid and pull off. That's it.
See what else we can stir up.
This guy finds a ticket on his windshield and protests the injustice. Why? He swears he was only away for about 5 seconds. The usual assumption is that parking enforcement officers pounce the moment you abandon your car, right? Well, let's peel back the layers and uncover the truth behind this speedy ticketing tale.
Is this your vehicle?
This is. All I did was stop, get out, asked my mailman one question. He said, "Hold on, running. I'm standing right here."
Sir, you were not standing right
Yes,
there.
I
did
was.
not
I'm
see you.
standing right there.
I didn't see you. I didn't see you. I came from this end. The car was there.
Somebody
no
would leave
stopping,
a car
no
running.
stopping.
Somebody would leave a car running.
Since he left his car running, the man in question felt he shouldn't be given a ticket for parking at a no-stopping zone and in front of a fire hydrant. After all, that could only mean he wasn't too far off. That's not how it works, Mr. Smartpants. The man went further to explain that he just made a quick pit stop to talk to his mailman. Still livid, the man refuses to be handed the fine, believing he hasn't done anything wrong. Seeing that she couldn't get through to him, the PEO turned to leave. You know, they could always mail it to him for an extra eye-watering fee.
I can't believe that.
I'm not going to argue with you.
No, you ain't gonna. Then you're gonna give me another penalty. Give me the ticket. Give me the ticket.
Sorry. You can call the number behind the ticket and request
You
a court
weren't know.
hearing.
Where the did you even just sneak out of? What were you hiding up the street? Cause you didn't come that way. I know you didn't, because I would have saw you. Where'd you sneak out of? Up there? Who you hiding behind that wall? Right, hiding around there.
With the fine now in his hands, he decided to try arguing his way out of this one. I mean, how could he say she must have been hiding behind the pole? We get that he was mad, but he shouldn't give parking enforcement officers more praise than they deserve. They've got enough. Trust me. He realized he now had to part ways with $41, so he decided to give the PEO something too. While he accepted that he would pay the fine eventually, he wanted the officer to feel bad as well by saying he could have used the money to get diapers for his little kid.
I got a family. I got family to take care of. $41. That's my son's diapers right there. Do you have children? Hey, okay, so now what would happen if somebody took $41 out of your pocket when you know a case of diapers costs $39?
Call the number behind the ticket.
And what? And what?
Just call them. Tell them you want to
set up
request a
court
court
date and do
hearing.
what?
Tell them the same story you told me, and they might just throw it away.
We know most people are having it rough, but that doesn't give you the right to flout the rules or make others feel bad just because they're doing their job. There you have it, folks. That's our pick of mind-blowing moments on parking wars. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.